Hey, so I've been seeing a lot of discourse on the internet recently about summerween, which I guess is people's way of trying to usher in Halloween vibes in the summertime. Summer plus ween, summerween. So yeah, in the spirit of that, in the spirit of trying to recommend my own kind of scary thriller books, in today's video I'm gonna go through 5 of my recommendations, like thrillers and creepy books that I've already read, in case you are starting out on your reading journey and you want some ideas from somebody who's already read them. And I'm also going to be going through 5 books that I'm hoping to read this summer that are on the thrillery side. Some of them are new releases, some of them are not. Actually, I think only one is a new release, and everything else is just new to me because I have a problem with books. So if you're interested in some recommendations at my TBR for Summerween, please keep watching. So we're gonna start off with the recommendations. I think a couple of them are very, I guess, well known in the book community. Some of them are a little bit controversial. Not really some. I guess only one is kind of controversial, and it's only because of the author, but I personally enjoyed it. So we're gonna start off with that one, which is Verity by Colleen Hoover. Now, I think there is actually a movie coming out about this. There is actually a movie with Anne Hathaway and somebody else, but both of them are very good actresses. But I can't remember who's the other actress. For gosh, I'll put a name on the screen right there. But this basically, we're following Lowen. Lowen is about to be the ghostwriter for Verity. Verity is very sick and is unable to finish the last book in one of her series, or some book in her series, or something like that. And Lowen is gonna come in and kind of get a feel based off of what the manuscript is and try and complete the book. But in order to do that, she, for some reason, is in their home. And so she discovers the manuscript, she's reading it, and she discovers something else along with the manuscript, and we kind of just unravel from there to kind of understand how we're in the situation that we're in. And we learn a lot of interesting truths about how Verity, or why Verity is in the situation that she's in. So this is the first recommendation. This was a 5-star read for me, even though I read it within I'm pretty sure I read it within 4 hours, 5 hours, or something like that, and I was gagged the whole way through. I'm pretty sure I called my sister and I was telling her this thing is crazy. I told my dad to read it. I love this book. This is one of my favorite Colleen Hoover books. It's only this and The House. Is she the one who wrote The Housemaid? No, that's Brita McFadden. Anyways, favorite Colleen Hoover book. Love it. The next book that we're gonna go through the more common ones first. The next book that we're gonna go talk about is Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. Now, when I think of YA thriller, this is kind of the only one that ever comes to mind. This, and I have another one that's YA that's on this list. Basically, the title of the book is exactly what the subject is. This girl, I guess over the summer, she was not able to spend her time with one of her best friends, and so now we're going back to school and she's trying to figure out what happened to her friend Monday. Why isn't Monday not showing up to school, and blah blah blah. And so it seems like she's the only person around her that's taking it seriously, and so she's asking her parents, asking, teachers and Monday's mom and everything that's going on, what's going on with Monday, why isn't Monday showing up to school. And we get a very disturbing reason as to why Monday's not coming. It is very heartbreaking. I remember crying full sob and tears, even though I knew what was coming. I feel like as an adult reading this was crazy. Is this a YA novel? Is this a YA novel? I just realized, based on the context of this book, this should not be YA, but I think it is a YA novel. But this is crazy. I just So best friend disappears. She's trying to figure out what happened to her. Read this. This is such a good book. Only read it if you're trying to be devastated though. Like, I'm talking fall on the floor bawling, but it's also a mystery at the same time. So the next one that I think is pretty well known is Lisa Jewell's None of This Is True. I think this is a pretty old book actually. I'm not sure when it was published. I actually didn't read the physical book. I'm pretty sure I thrifted this physical book, or I got it from Book Outlet, something like that. Oh, it's not that old. It came out in 2023. So this basically, this woman she has a podcast, and each season is a different subject. And this season, the subject of her podcast is a woman who she randomly met when she was out at dinner, and the woman has decided, the woman comes up to her and was like, hey, I want to tell my story of how I'm getting my life back after divorce and all of these things that have happened to me as an adult woman, because she lives like a typical, not a typical, but like kind of a more traditional lifestyle where she doesn't work, and you know, she stays home, takes care of the kid and all that fun stuff. So we are slowly unraveling this strange woman's life and figuring out why she came up to the podcaster in the first place. And the audiobook is really, really good because you can hear the differences in like podcast versus like the novel itself. And it's the twist, like not even just the twist at the end, but like the twist like in as we're going through the story. Normally it's like a big reveal at the end, right? But this one, it's like you get little snippets of confusion as you make your way through it. So this one is really, really good. It really got me hooked. Again, I recommended this to people in my family. I should recommend this to my boyfriend as well, if he's interested in reading again. But this was the next one. That's number 3. Number 4 and 5 are books that I don't really hear a lot about. Maybe I'm just not on the internet enough. But next one is Next to Heaven by James Frey. First of all, the amount of times I have talked about this book as having my favorite cover ever, I don't even understand why. I think it's the symmetry of it all. There's red on it. Red is like one of my favorite colors, and it's just fantastic, the cover. That's literally the only reason why I picked it up in the bookstore. But this one is, imagine you're in like a Stepford Wives community, but the debauchery version of it. And you know, everybody is super, super rich. Everybody has very questionable morals, but they're pretending like they don't. And you know, at some point in like everybody's like regular lives, someone dies, someone ends up getting murdered. And so we are discovering what happens when, like, what happened leading up to the murder, who did it, why they did it, and what's the outcome of it. And the who did it is crazy work, and the why they did it, also crazy work. This is like a weird it's like, it reads like literary fiction. It's a weird commentary on like wealth and power, and not really love, but what people do when they think they're in love. And also it's just like murder. It's very, very good. Read this book. It's so good. I don't think I listened to I did listen to the audiobook of that. Probably it was really good. I'm an audiobook person now. Like, I have to have the audiobook and physical, or audiobook and my ebook. Oh my gosh, my background is really messy. Whatever, I apologize. The final recommendation for your summerween reading list is Delicious Monsters by Liselle Sambury. This was, I think, one of my first ever books that featured like not murder, but featured like creepy otherworldly things. And I think it's a YA book as well. And basically it's like a haunting, but family curses at the same time. I'm just remembering it because it's been a long time since I've read this book, but once I saw it on my shelf I was like, oh yes, this was a good one. It's like a haunting but also like a family curse, and I think someone dies. Okay, hold on, let me read it again before I lie to you. It says, Daisy sees dead people, something impossible to forget in bustling ghost-packed Toronto. She usually manages to deal with her unwanted ability, but she's completely unprepared to be dumped by her boyfriend. So when her mother inherits a secluded mansion in northern Ontario, Daisy jumps at the chance to escape. But the house is nothing like she expects, and she begins to realize that her experience with the supernatural might be no match for her mother's secrets. A decade later, Brittany is desperate to get out from under the thumb of her abusive mother. This is a different person. A best-selling author who claims her stay at Miracle Mansion allowed her to see, oh, the error of her ways. I'm remembering. But Brittany knows that's nothing but a sham. She decides the new season of her popular Haunted web series will uncover what happened to a young black girl in the mansion 10 years prior and finally expose her mother's lies, which I assume is Daisy. Right. But the more she gets wrapped up in the investigation, she'll have to decide if she can only bring one story to light, which one matters more. As Brittany investigates the mansion in the present, Daisy's story run parallel to in the past. Ooh, both timelines propelling the girls to face the most dangerous what? Monster of all, those that hide in plain sight. Yeah. I remember that. I remember this. This was good. I kind of want to reread this now because it was a long time ago and I remember wanting to read another book after this, but this is my final recommendation for Summerween. So now here are the books on my TBR. These ones I can't explain to you. I know nothing about them. All I know is that they're either popular or they've been on my TBR for at least a year and I always want to read them and I never get the opportunity or my brain just decides not to. So first one on the list here is Murder Road by Simone St. James. What is this about? I have no idea. It says, okay, so it's set in July 1995. A couple find themselves haunted by a string of gruesome murders committed along an old deserted road. I don't like to read the full synopsis because I feel like it's gonna ruin it for me, but wow, I guess they're probably getting framed for these murders. I don't know, but some kind of secrets are there. I'm excited for this one. Murder Road, okay. And I like the floppiness. I think I got this one from Walmart. Oh, it says thriller on the back too. Well, so that's the first one we're hoping to read. At least one of, I want to read at least one of these 5 books. I know for sure there is 2 that I'm definitely gonna read, maybe 3, but hopefully we get through all of these before the end of the summer. The next one is Night Watching by Tracy Sierra. This one I've actually tried to read at least twice before, maybe once, maybe twice, but I'm pretty sure when I get to like about 50 pages in, I always get scared. Like I always try to read this book at night and I always get scared because it's very home invasion and that stuff terrifies me. At least in the first 50 pages, it's home invasion. I don't know anything what happens after that. All I know is I'm always terrified because it's described so vividly. Like I feel like whatever is happening in my own house and I just can't. Every time I start reading this book I think to myself, I need to get myself a home invasion kit because like what the heck is going on? I don't know, but I think that's basically the whole premises of the book is an invasion, and then I think the mother in the book, it's a mom and 2 kids, and the mother in the book knows who the person is who's coming after them, and that kind of makes it worse for her. So I guess we may see why this person has it out for her. We may see the aftermath of it all. We may see, you know, the planning stages, the I don't know what's gonna happen in that book, but I really want to read that book. Matter of fact, let me put it here. Let me put it right there. Period. The next one is We Used to Live Here by Marcus Cleaver. Marcus Cleaver. We Used to Live Here. I started reading this actually. This is about a family, or I think it's a couple that just moved into a house, and you know, they moved in, so they're doing like the renovations and whatever. And the family that lived there before them comes up to the door and is like, hey, we used to live here, can we just come inside and kind of see the updates that you've done, or maybe can we see like if, you know, you've kept anything the same as when we were there. We're just gonna look around a little bit, see how it's looking. We have a lot of memories here. And we kind of as soon as they enter the home, strange things start happening basically. So the last paragraph on the back says, the family's youngest child goes missing and a ghostly presence materializes in the basement. Even weirder, the family can't seem to take the hint that their visit should be over. And when Charlie suddenly vanishes, which I guess is the kid, who's Charlie? I don't know. Eve slowly loses her grip on reality. Something is terribly wrong with the house and with the visiting family. Or is Eve just imagining things? Oh, Charlie is Eve's partner, I think. Oh, yeah. So this was good. This was good in the beginning. I don't know where I got to, but I did get to the part where the kid was like roaming around in there and like playing hide and seek in the house. So that was pretty good at the beginning of it. So hopefully I actually get to this one. Again, I was trying to do the audiobook and I don't remember why I stopped listening to it. I've been in a slump for the past like 6 to 8 weeks, so I'm not surprised. The only thing I've read recently is this Woven Kingdom series, and I have the 4th one right there from the library that I'm waiting to. I'm probably gonna read it today, later on today or something like that. The second last one is called Honey by Imani Thompson. I think this is supposed to be a satire of like women who are like serial killers. I think this lady kills someone. Let me read it. Irsa is bored with her program, her entitled students, and the never-ending pages of racial violence and feminist theory she has to read. But most of all, she's bored with the men in her life, especially the bad ones. And then, one sunny afternoon, she accidentally kills one. Suddenly, a problematic professor is dead, and Irsa, well, she's no longer bored. Emboldened, she starts to chase the high, and soon no misbehaving sexist man within commuting distance is safe. So she starts killing people. Finally, Irsa's academic research feels useful. Okay, but how long can killing in the name of feminist and racial solidarity justify her actions? And how long until her actions and buried family secrets come back to unravel her? So I'm very excited to read this. I just love this cover. Is it not beautiful? My goodness gracious. I love this cover. I cannot wait to read it. It looks, I don't know if it's really a thriller or if it's just gonna be like funny. I don't know. It says dark, thrilling, and undeniably hot. I don't really know if it's really a thriller, but it looks like it's gonna be fun to read. And the final book on our TBR for Summerween is Bright Young Woman by Jessica Knoll. All I know is this is based on a serial killer, and if you know anything about me, you know, not as much anymore, but I am a very avid true crime watcher. All of the Netflix documentaries, ate them up. All of the Crime Junkie episodes, ate them up. Explore with Us, eat them up. All of the YouTube channels, love them. That's my thing. I love true crime. It does terrify me and increase my anxiety, so sometimes I do have to take a break. But I know it's based on a serial killer, and I don't know which one. I wish I could tell you, but all I know is I don't want to read it because if I read it, I might figure out, if I read the synopsis, I might figure out which serial killer it's based on, and I probably know about it. And so I don't know. Somebody's dead. Murderous spree of a man. The papers will soon dub the all-American sex killer. Oh my gosh, is this Bundy? No, that would be Florida. This is Colorado. Oh yeah, Florida. It is Bundy. There you go. I figured it out. I'll Google it and see if it really is Bundy later, but I think it's based on Bundy, and it's kind of probably the perspective of one of the young women that he's stalking, murdering. I don't know, but that's it. That's it for my TBR list for Summerween. I hope you guys listen to that sound. I don't like hardcovers. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in a comment below if you have any recommendations for Summerween as well, or if you are even interested in thrillers. I do need more thriller books on my TBR. I have noticed that a lot of my books are literary fiction or romance. Not even romance, to be honest with you. A lot of literary fiction, which that's my favorite genre. I love it. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.